Welcome to the Healing Seat with Busisiwe Mohapi. I am your host. Yeah. And if you did catch up from episode 1 up until episode 9, because this is episode 10, well done. I hope you are finding value in what I'm sharing. It's not an easy thing to share your life. I think people might think it's easy. There are things that God had to fix in me. And sometimes we give God excuses and saying that I can't hang my dirty laundry out there. And God says, I'm telling you to do it. I'm sending you to go and do it. And if you know there's a purpose that you are here on this earth for, and there's something that God has placed in your heart, I am telling you, if you're a child of God and you listen, you will do it. So yes, some of these things that I'm talking about are embarrassing, and yes, some were things that people didn't know about me, but I know that there's a purpose for it, and God is saving someone's life. So yeah, let us go into it now. Sometimes God uses your grief as the soil for your growth. You are in pain right now, but that is for your growth, and I've seen that with my life. So welcome back. We are moving on now from 2008. I've broken up from that guy that I was dating for 7 years. And now I live in Tembisa. I work in Midrand. So I get a place that side. I'm living alone. I've got a car. Remember, I've just bought a car in 2007. I'm 23. Right now, I'm 24. I'm talking about that era, around the 2008. So now you can do the math if you want to find out how old I am. Yeah. So now, we're picking up from where 2010, it's World Cup, those vibes. Post retrenchment, I get retrenched. Actually, I join a new company. I leave with someone from the same company that I was working with. She takes me with. I was her junior bookkeeper. I'm a junior bookkeeper this side. I've got my own office. Listen, life is lifing. It looks like a good story, man. From matric, I went into this office, working in a warehouse. It's 2008. I've got my own office and my car. I'm thinking of buying another car, a second car. I'm thinking I'm going to buy my dream car, A4. I know I like the color red. I was sure, man, good, yeah, things are happening. So now, bestie, I'm around that time. I'm newly single. I'm on Mixit. I'm feeding my sexual addiction. I'm meeting new people, different places, reckless living. It's dangerous, but it doesn't feel that way because it's not now when people are missing every day. Someone has gone missing. They went to a date. Someone went to work. They don't come back. We are meeting strangers, but it's not that bad, you know. And we can't even see Hootie. It's dangerous. Because if you like true crime stories like I do, you will know that from Ted Bundy, from your Jeffrey Dahmer, people, you know, were disappearing. But at the time, the knowledge was not there, and God kept us in our sins, in our whatever that we were in. God kept us, you know, and protected us. So now I'm 25. I have a car. I've got pain. I have Mixit. So this is how God took me from a grieving heart and turned into a healing seat. This is where I'm taking you now. Sorry, Jigangan. So after leaving that relationship, it didn't just hurt, it unplugged me. I had built my identity around that person. I thought that was my forever. But then I found myself, I'm single now. I have my own place. I have transport to go around. I'm single and I'm mingling, you know. So yes, I was on Mixit. Don't laugh. I know some of you guys were on Mixit the same way that you're on Tinder and other dating apps. So the app was popping at the time. We're meeting new people, we're chatting, we're flirting, you know the vibes. But I had pure intentions. I think it's a weak point. I don't know whether it's a good thing. It's just that at some point you feel like you are being made a fool. Always having pure intentions and you are hurt. I think God's intention was for you to grow up, go to school, do whatever you need to do, meet someone, get married. That's it. This thing of coming in and out of relationships, it's not God's plan. We are just doing it because, yeah, what would we say? But it's not God's plan. So we get catfished there. We are misled. And deep down, I was still grieving my past relationship and I was trying to build something new. So I meet this guy. He's from the Free State. I meet him and we fall in love. But now the problem is it's not really a problem. We've started well. We are talking. He's telling me where he is in his life, his career. I tell him I had a job. I just lost the job now. I got retrenched because of the recession around 2008. We are heading for 2009. I meet him in 2009. I'm 25. And now he says to me, I'm serious. I really, really want a serious relationship. And I want to talk about the dangers of fast-moving relationships now. How relationships get parachuted into the next level. This happened to me. As we are talking, we're getting to know each other. A tragedy happens and he loses a parent. This was the only surviving parent. He loses that parent. As we're getting to know each other, we are still planning to meet up for the first time. So now we are forced to meet up, but now we are meeting up. He's grieving a dad and, he's going through a lot. I want to be there for him. We talk and we decide I'm going with him to bury his dad. I'm feeling sorry for him. We leave, I think it was a Sunday. We go there, we get there. I meet people. What they don't know is that we had also met for the first time. So we are there now. They see us now. We are getting used to each other, but also I've just met the family, so the relationship is parachuted from ground level. Now we are up there on the 10th floor. So now we do that. I meet the sister. We become instant friends. We're still friends to this day. We don't see each other often, but that's how we met, and we loved each other. So now we are in that relationship. So he starts working. So his first in J salary, it's around 20K. Around there. So now he doesn't know himself when he has money and he doesn't, how he behaves. He's still getting used to this thing of working. So everything is starting from now. He just lost a parent. He has to start a new job. I'm there. All these changes that are happening in his life, I'm there. He now has a new place. He has to buy everything. He's got a job, Moss. He gives me cash. I go and buy everything from your spoon to your what do you call this, to the couch, everything in the house. I buy it. He says, look, take this money and it's your choice. Whatever you choose, the fridge, everything, I do that. And we take all of that, it stays there. So now that gives me a little bit of leverage. Uguti, I was here when all of this started. As ladies, we love being Abu Pop the builder. And in this part, I'm not talking about the financial part, because he had that going on for him. Everything was actually, I'm the one who was not working. But the fact that I was there when everything started, it did something to me, told me something. I logged in, we spoke about lobola, we spoke about marriage, we spoke about me having another child, because already my child then was about 9 there. My boy was around that time. So I just moved from that relationship, so it was this one. So there's a little bit of betrayal in that relationship. I'm hurt, but when it happens the first time, I didn't leave, I stayed. And then the second time it happens, I catch him red-handed. How did I do that? I call him one Friday. He doesn't pick up, and I've left my car with him. I'm saying like, look, excuse me. Some you work in the mine industry. You don't have a car right now. I have a car, and you need sometimes to go to work, and it's shifts. It's at night. Why should you suffer while I'm here? I leave my car. I come back home. So one night, it's a Friday night, I call, he doesn't answer. Something in my gut says, no, man, this one is busy. There's someone there, you know. He calls, I don't answer. Or I call, he doesn't answer. It's Saturday, he calls again, I don't answer. I'm upset, most. So now he can see that this one is upset. Sunday morning, I take a taxi. It's 3 hours to go there. Take a taxi, I just rock up. Unannounced. He's calling on the way. As the taxi is driving there, he's busy calling me. I'm not answering. I know that I'm on the way. Whatever it is that I'm going to find there, I'm not preparing myself emotionally. It's something that has never happened to me. I don't know what I'm going to find, but I'm going there. So as we enter, because this is in the northwest, as we enter the town, my heart starts beating fast. You know, when your body is already telling you that what I'm going to get there, but your mind is saying, he will never do that to me. He will never do that. Hey, I do that. So when I get there, I take the last taxi now. I took a taxi from here to Joburg. Get to Joburg, take a taxi to the northwest. Get to the northwest now. I'm going to the suburb because he lived in the suburbs. There was a cottage there. Then when I get there, I see my car. I go there, I knock. Actually, before I even knocked, I hear and there's onion smelling, there's your garlic, raja, everything is smelling. I'm thinking, with the pots that I bought, hey, then I started fuming. And I'm thinking, oh, my car was being used for all of this nonsense. I start knocking. I'm knocking on the doors, there's only one door to come out. So even if someone wanted to escape, you couldn't because it's one door. Eventually he opens, I get in, I'm upset. I start packing all my things, the ones that were there. I take them to the car. I ask for my car keys. I drive back home. A 3-hour trip took 2 hours. That's how fast I was driving, and that's how upset I was. I get here, instead of him being remorseful and all of that, he's not. Instead, he's taking pictures, and I go through hell. I was hurting for 2 years. Because whenever we meet people, I don't know, these people who say when they get into relationship, they use their copy heart and not the original heart. I don't know whether as you get older, you get to, I don't know. But all I know that it was not God's plan for us to be jumping from one relationship to another. It's not. Because it leaves you with scars. Things happen in those relationships, and a lot of damage is being done. Imagine we are moving from one relationship into another. You have to explain to this one why you were hurt by that one, and then you move to another one. You are trying. Guys, it's tiring. Anyway, that relationship really impacted me. It hurt me. There are things that happen. I'm just telling my story. I can't go into details about other people's parts in it. And it led me straight to God. The hurt was so deep. I had invested my heart, a lot of things. My car, when I came in the relationship, my car was okay, but when I went out, there was a dent on it. I'm saying this because there are things that if you do not learn from those mistakes, they will not stop happening in your life until you learn the lesson. So remember that 7-year relationship. I had left I gave someone my car. They went with it. to Limpopo, and I found a receipt that showed that they were there. But he had told me that he went to Durban to look for his car, that when we came out of the stadium, the car was gone. It was stolen. So you give people, again, your precious things, and they don't treat them the way that you treated it. So that was part of the pain, that when I came into this relationship, my car was okay, but now it's dented on top. The pain that I felt, when that car was involved in an accident and we went to the scene and I found it with the doors opened like this. I was 24, 25-ish, 24. The hurt that I felt, this car is precious to me, and someone gets into something and leaves that car open like that. It was a car that looked like this, exactly like this color. It was mustard, a Corsa light. The name was Shoeshine. So I'm not sure that also made me to hurt even more. When you see someone who once said they love you and they bought themselves another car, a nice big car, and they didn't fix your car, So I'm just thinking that even inside emotionally, that's what happens. We meet people being a certain way, and because of the hurt, we are dented from the inside and we just move on, but we are still feeling the hurt and we are bleeding on other people because of what had happened in those relationships. I don't know if it's true that we fall in love once. You tell me. But I've known people who said they were married to their love of their lives and then they got married or the person passed away. So I don't know. You tell me. Is it a myth or is it true? I don't know. So I was hurt. Took me 2 years to get over that relationship. And the best thing that had happened from that incident is that it led me straight to Christ. I went back to what I was taught. And that's when God stepped in and my pain pushed me straight to the words, to his word. I wasn't raised an atheist. Like I said, we're a religious home. Devotions in the morning, devotions in the evening. I grew up in church. But for the first time, God wasn't just a God of my parents. He became my personal savior. I chose him. Yes, that failed relationship led me to him. Yes, God, because God meets you at a point of need. Some people, they meet God in jail because the only thing they know is how to be a criminal. Some people meet God after their divorce. Some people after their relationship. And you hear people joking about it and saying, they've hurt her. Now she's becoming a pastor. As she's quoting all of these Bible verses. Mina, that literally happened to me. I went straight to God. I didn't have fancy word. I didn't have ministry training, but I had a testimony of what God did for me. So I started reading the word. I started serving. I visited people at the hospital. That's where I saw that my pain was just like this compared to people who cannot walk anymore, people who couldn't use, because a lot of them were in accidents, some were short, so they were quad, some were paraplegic, something they call it like that. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. Yeah, but some were paralyzed from neck down, some, from waist down. And God showed me by helping other people who were experiencing their own hardness and own problems, it made me to see mine as little. And it fast-tracked my healing because now I was serving, I was ministering. So the books that I read, and cooking meals, ministering one-on-one, people were telling me their problems. That's how the healing seat began now. But before I even knew it, I only started the healing seat now, but God had already. Remember when I spoke about how God saved me from that 7-year relationship, like Ulot? It took someone being shot 11 times. God had already started rescuing me. So on this time also, after I had experienced this pain from this relationship, God had already, he was calling me to him. And after I'd read whatever that I read books, because my mother was a literature evangelist, like I said. So this house is full of books. My dad was a bookworm. So all my pain went to what I love. I went to God. I did all of that, and it took me straight to God. So being a church girl, in a party relationship, it never really worked for me. It created a little bit of friction. So we ignore the we ignore the unequally yoked situation that we are taught at church. It's deeper than church attendance, this thing of being equally yoked. It's all about values. It's all about convictions. It's how you raise your kids. It's how you were raised, So you need to take time to know someone. You need to stop rushing to the altar, because some people, wedding bells are ringing in our ears, and some people don't want to get married because they are DJing themselves. They have a problem with pornography and masturbation. Some people don't want to get married because they are tired, they've been hurt, they don't want to hear anything concerning men. And some people don't want to get married because they are dating in and out. They are already doing what everyone is doing in marriage. So some people are so obsessed and are so fixated in the idea of marriage that they ignore all the red flags that they come across with. So loving someone is easy, but building with someone, that takes alignment. You have to align. You have to believe in the same things, even if you take out God, Gemanje, because people, when you say equally yoked or unequally yoked, they just think about church. I'm talking about values, how you think a child should be raised. Some people, they believe a child should watch TV until they fall asleep. And when you believe a child should go to bed, you limit screen time and all of those things. By dating someone, you get to know how they think or how they want to run their household. So Tina, we parachute everything and we just want to go to the altar. Everyone must see you wearing a white dress. And when you get to the marriage, you are met with difficulty, but you could have seen the red flags while you were still dating. So before we close, here are 10 questions that I want us to reflect on, and you can use them in your own journal and quiet time too. What was I emotionally and mentally going through after my breakup at 24? I really don't know that much, but I know there were withdrawal symptoms. Remember, my life was surrounded by this person and I thought we were going to be together forever. So now I'm single and I'm free and I'm just doing meetups, and there's a car, there's money, I'm able to go around, I can buy airtime and data, all of those things. So I was all over the place, but I didn't know it, And you must also remember something. I survived that shooting where he was shot 11 times and I was raped. The company had arranged for me to go to counseling, but it didn't work out. I went there twice. I just didn't felt heard. Gandhi, that's how it starts. When you are in therapy, you talk and they want to know how you grew up. So you'll think you're wasting time. Good, tell me about your childhood, and you're like, hey, this person is wasting my time. Why are they asking me about this? Gandhi, that's where the corners of it. They want to know and see where the problem had started. So I don't know where I was mentally. I think I was all over the place. Maybe that's why I was acting out now with pornography and masturbation. And let me tell you where this thing of watching porn started at work. We're just a group watching and curious, and Gandhi, it will just be planted in our minds. Some of us went home and finished off what we watched there. So now, and remember, I was single. It gives you that thing, good, I don't need to be in a relationship, I can DJ myself and all of that. So yeah, I don't know really where I was mentally, but I think I should have gotten the help that I needed. Maybe it would have uncovered all these other things that I was going through. Who was I becoming when I joined Mixit? I was becoming someone who's reckless, who is just doing funny things and doing hit and runs and thinking that I'm doing justice and I'm hurting myself. And what did the heartbreak teach me about myself and my intentions? Oh, how did being catfish affect my trust and view on life? I didn't really pay attention to that. It happened and I moved on. What did the heartbreak teach me about myself and my intentions? I didn't take time to sit down and reflect. I just, like I said, I just moved on. And why was it so hard to let go of someone who wasn't right for me? I don't know. Hey, we just everything we talk about and say, I loved that person, I love that person, but you're not ready to sit down with yourself and see, Guti, this person is not good for me when it comes to this and this and this. We think that love is the answer for everything. But I love him. But he's cheating on you. But I love him. He's swindling you. But I love him. But he beats you, So we don't take time to sit down and say, I love this person, but this is what is happening to me. So what pulled me into deeper ministry and back to God, it was the hurt. I went through it. That nigga took me straight there. Maybe he was not, yes, there was a problem that happened, but maybe already I was on the breaking edge. I was at the point, just at the end, there at the edge of falling apart. That's what I can say. And why did I choose to go back to school, and how did that restore me? So I went back to UNISA. Remember, I said I tried when I was 22. Then now I was 25. I went back. I registered to do it's why am I struggling to say it? Occupational health and safety management. I went and I did that. It's not something that I did because I loved. Hey, I chose it because of someone. Guys, it's important to have identity, to know what you want, and it is because that someone, thinking about it, it was this relationship where I say I caught him red-handed. Anyway, he was working in the mine industry. So if you know the mine industry and you think of occupational health and safety, makes sense, ne? So why did I choose to go to school? I wanted education, but the course that I chose, it was it was because I was dating him and something had happened. So how did that restore me? It gave me confidence. It helped me. It validated me also. So what changed when God became personal and not just a tradition? A lot of things changed. We tried to get back together. It didn't make sense for me anymore. And his life was different also. So, there was a sense of relief. I got to understand what I was going through, why the pornography, because I was the type of person that I asked myself, okay, when I broke up with him and I was going through all that pain, I had time to think now, to go back. Where is the hurt coming from? Then I remembered, Gonja, when I was a child, this happened to me in church. What I told you in episode 1, episode 2. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go and check. And then I went I was raped at 15. Why did that happen to me? Why would a stranger just take a stranger and do that? Then God showed me that even pornography, now it's where it has reached its height and level of a demonic state, that now it takes the person to the crime level. Then not everyone, but most people who rape, it's because they have a sexual addiction that started innocent masturbation and pornography, and now it has turned into crime. That's when I discovered myself, and that, I'm hurting here. This is what happened to me when I was 15, when I was 22. It's like I was doing an audit of my life now. And so would I erase the heartbreak if I could? Something that I never really thought of. Yeah, the only good thing that came out of that is that I met God. Yeah. I have taken myself back and said, hey, maybe I should have reacted like this. Maybe I shouldn't. But I chose myself. So looking back now, yes, that was good. I chose myself. So please, young people, young ladies, do not be told that there are people who are not single. The fact that I'm single right now, I'm not dating anyone, and I am planning on keeping it like that until God blesses me with the right person, is because the fact that I'm like that, it means there are men who are also like that out there. Don't let someone tell you that all men cheat. It is not true. People say that because they are stuck in relationships where they've accepted that their partners are unfaithful, and then they say all men cheat. It's not true, Mdase. Please, there are people who are who fear God. I'm not saying people who cheat do not fear God, but I'm just saying there are people who fear God, who know that God sees them anywhere, everywhere. And some are not even Christians, but they've got principles that if I'm dating one person, that's the only person I'm dating. Some, there are reasons because they don't want to be sick. They know that these sections that you are having, you are with this person is not using a condom, they are cheating with another person, that person, there are STIs, there's HIV. There are people who respect themselves and are principled, and they've told themselves that's how they want to live their life. There are people, when you touch their phones, they don't jump because they're scared of what you're going to get there. There are people who have pure intentions. When they get into a relationship, they date you and you only. So whoever told you that all men cheat and all men are polygamous, please remove that from your mind. It's not true. So I chose myself and I'm happy with that. What would I erase? So here's a bonus question. What would I tell myself as a 25-year-old me who thought love was just around the corner? I would have told myself to go to school, guys, and wait. Although I did go to school later on, and I will tell you of how I went to school and what happened on the next episode. So now I'm introducing a teaser for the next episode. This is where I'm going to stop. For the next episode, we are diving into how I met my husband and my habit of parachuted relationships. I've just discovered that yesterday when I was preparing this, that I've always had this problem of parachuted relationships, but I had not sat down, because some of us, we're not self-aware and we're scared to sit down with ourselves. Maybe we're scared of what we are going to find out. Maybe you are not principled when it comes to rushing things. Maybe you are not principled into a lot of things. So you can't fix what you are not aware of. So let us get used to the thing of sitting down with ourselves and auditing our lives, because no one is going to do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. So again, next time we are going to talk about how I met my husband and my habit of parachuted relationship. We'll talk about red flags, emotional maturity, and what it takes to say yes and mean it. Because that's marriage. I didn't know what a narcissist is until I met that man. And part of healing is accountability. That's one thing that I want to tell you as I close this. Until you are ready to admit where you made mistakes, to account for your part in your tragedy, you are not ready for healing, Mtase. That's all I'm going to tell you now, because healing isn't a destination, it's a journey. And you are not alone in it. We all make mistakes. You might have not made the ones that I've made, but God loves you and He wants to deliver you. And He wants you not to make the same mistakes that I did. So we are done. God bless you. And until the next one, ciao. Mwah, mwah, mwah.